I'm Kelly Epperson with WPAQ 740 AM, and I'm sitting here with Julia Mitchell, who is running for the South Ward City Commissioner seat in the upcoming Mount Airy municipal election. This interview is brought to you by Mount Airy Downtown Inc., MAD. MAD Inc. is a 501c3 nonprofit whose mission is to foster and stimulate economic growth and development within the city of Mount Airy's historic downtown area through a variety of strategies and activities. MAD Inc. is an award-winning North Carolina Main Street organization committed to historic preservation-based community revitalization. The MAD Inc. Board of Directors represents downtown property owners, business owners, residents, and civic leaders. The following questions will address downtown development issues that will affect the growth of the district in the coming years. Each of the 9 candidates for City Council has been invited to participate and will have an equal amount of time to answer the questions. The purpose of these interviews is to educate downtown stakeholders on the upcoming election and to encourage the citizens of Mount Airy to vote in the city municipal primary on October 8th, as well as the city municipal election on November 5th. More information on the upcoming election can be found through the Surry County Board of Elections. Question 1. The Spencer's Economic Development Project obviously looms large, and there have been many criticisms about how the city has handled this complex project. As a potential future city commissioner, you will need to decide how best to move forward. The city owns the property and the buildings that will be left after the selective demolition of unsound structures occurs this fall. A 2-part question. What specific steps do you think the city should now take to maximize the public benefit from this property? And how do you see those action steps affecting the downtown district?
Well, Mr. Epperson, first I'd like to thank you just for having me here today, and glad I could make it. And my name is Julia Mitchell, and I'm running for the South Ward, as you have said. And I really don't have the answer because I'm new to this, and I look forward to meeting with the committees on this so I can learn more about it, and then maybe I can answer you better.
Question 2. Among the money spent on the Spencer's project, about $740,000 wasn't spent on the actual Spencer's property. $750,000 paid for much needed repairs and replacements of decades-old sewers, water lines, and storm water drainage under and around Willow and Oak Street. Essential infrastructure improvements needed to support existing properties, whether the city bought Spencer's or not. The water lines and sewers in downtown Mount Airy are some of the oldest in the city, with many areas dating back to 1905, and they are failing. A 2-part question. Will you put repair, replacement, and rehabilitation of the downtown sewer and water systems at the top of your priorities for capital improvements? And if so, how should the city pay for it?
Yes, Mr. Epperson, I would put that at the top. And like I said before, I'm learning. I'm new at this, and we had to go in detail, great detail, for me to give an answer for this question because I'm not involved in the committee works yet. So I would like to have more time for that.
In 2013, Mount Airy joined the North Carolina Main Street program, and Mount Airy Downtown Inc. was formed to manage the Main Street 4-point approach to downtown revitalization: organization, economic vitality, design, and promotion. In the last 6 years, we have seen significant growth downtown, with 57 facades redone, 27 building rehabilitations, 15 public improvement projects, 68 net gain full-time jobs, 45 net gain part-time jobs, 27 net gain businesses, 14 business expansions, 23 housing units created, and over $3.2 million in public investment, with $15.6 million in private investment downtown. MAD's work and goals are based on downtown economic development strategies that encourage historic preservation-based downtown revitalization. A two-part question. As a city commissioner, what would be your top priorities and goals for downtown over the next 4 years? How will those priorities support continued growth in the downtown district, which accounts for the largest concentration of property value in Mount Airy?
Like I said before, Ms. Epperson, I'm new at this, and the figures that I studied, I didn't know. I wasn't involved, but now that I'm getting involved, I understand that it takes a lot of money to rebuild, to restore. And I can't really say that renovating is the best way for some things, but I'm sure the city has looked into that in depth, like I said, and I'm new at this, but we're looking into that further too.
Number 4. The following list of initiatives has been drawn from downtown needs and priorities identified by MAD, the North Carolina Main Street Center, and several studies that have been undertaken in recent years with tons of data, lots of maps, and many pages of citizen input. Examples: Vision Mount Airy Land Use Plan, 2004 West Side Development Master Plan, 2008 study on Spencer's Mill Complex, 2015 study on Hotel Convention Center feasibility, 2015 Mount Airy Comprehensive Plan, and the Mount Airy TDA study, Strategic Direction 2020. Please simply react to each item on the list with either a thumbs up, meaning yes, I support this initiative, question mark, meaning I might support this initiative if provided more information or on a modified basis, or thumbs down, meaning no, I do not support this initiative. And please speak your responses as well for the radio audience. Take stock of city property and other assets that potentially could be monetized, sold, or leased.
I gave that a thumbs up.
Identify infrastructure improvement needs and implement a plan to update aging and failing infrastructure.
I also gave that a thumbs up.
Work with the Tourism Development Authority and other community partners to support a wayfinding plan, providing updated signage for vehicular and pedestrian traffic.
I gave that a thumbs up.
Undertake a more detailed market analysis to better understand our retail trade area and identify growth opportunities that could be targeted.
I'm giving that a thumbs up too.
Develop a better, more comprehensive parking plan to address the chronic shortage of downtown parking.
I give that a thumbs up.
Work with the community college and the public schools to promote and provide vocational and trade education and training.
Thumbs up.
Provide greater support for a permanent farmers market.
Thumbs up.
Update streetscapes, including burying overhead power lines.
I put a question mark by that.
Develop public spaces, including pocket parks and a town commons.
Thumbs up.
Continue greenway connections or expansions through the downtown area.
Thumbs up.
Continue to support festivals and other events sponsored by nonprofit civic organizations.
Thumbs up.
In closing, please briefly elaborate on any of these topics and provide a closing comment.
I'm excited about running this commission race, and I think building parker decks would be a great solution to all the parking problems. And in closing, I'd like to say thanks. This is Julia Mitchell.